Good morning. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today is Friday. As you guys can tell, today I'm not here. But today we're going to continue with chapter 5. We're going to start on the first lesson. We're going to be using properties of exponent. And this is a very easy lesson and you guys will do well. All of you guys have covered properties of exponents back in Algebra 1. Let's go and start with example number 1. We're going to be multiplying two expressions. Now on the first one, I'm going to expand it. So in this case, I have 2a, so a squared, that's 2a's. And then I'm going to multiply by a to the third power. So I have 3a's. How many a's do I have total? 5. I don't want you guys to add the numbers, I just want you guys to count. And I know it sounds like the same thing, but as we go through the process, if you guys start to add or multiply, you guys will be making little mistakes. So in this case, I have 2a's here, and 3 more, we have a total of 5. And box in your answer. If you want, you can expand it, but you don't have to. You can just go from here into counting how many a's you have, a total of 5. We are on letter B, we are multiplying, so we're going to multiply the coefficients. 3 times 2 will give me 6. Now, how many x's do I have? I have 3 here and 4 here, so I have a total of 7 x's. And this will be your answer. Remember, I don't want you guys to add them. I want you guys to count how many you have. I know it sounds like the same thing, but count. 3 x's and 4 more will be a total of 7. For letter C, go through the same process. I'm multiplying, so I'll multiply 3 times 2 will give me 6. I'm going to count how many x's I have. I have 1 here and 2 more. I have a total of 3 x's, so x to the third power. Y's, I have 3 here and 1 more. It's a total of 4. And that's it. So we're done with example number 1. On example number 2, we have an exponent outside the parentheses. We have x squared to the third power. This means that I need to be able to rewrite what's inside 3 times. So we have x squared, that's the first time, x squared, second time, and x squared. Now from there, I can count how many x's I have total. So I have 2, 4, 6. X to the 6. If you do not rewrite it 3 times when you have an exponent outside, I will not be able to give you any credit on the homework. I'm going to return it and say, please redo. You need to be able to expand it. Remember, on these problems, when there's no parentheses, you don't need to expand it. You can just count how many a's you have. If there's an exponent outside, you need to be able to rewrite it 3 times, in this case. And then how many x's you have, a total of 6. So let's work with example B. Since I have an exponent outside the parentheses, I need to be able to rewrite the expression 4 times. So it'll be 2x to the third y times 2x to the third y. That's the second time. 2x to the third y, and I need 1 more. 2x to the third y. I'm going to multiply that coefficients. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. How many x's do I have? 3, 6, 9, 12. So x to the 12. How many y's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that do not add them, we're just counting them. And you must rewrite it 4 times. Otherwise, you will not be getting credit for the homework. Letter C. Since the exponent outside is at 3, that means that we have to rewrite it 3 times. Negative 2xy squared, that's my first time. Negative 2xy squared, that's my second time. Negative 2xy squared, that is the third time. From here, I'm going to multiply the coefficients. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, times negative 2 is negative 8. I'm going to count, not add, I'm going to count how many x's I have. 1, 2, 3. That is x to the third power. I'm going to count how many y's I have. 2, 4, 6. So it'll be y to the 6. Just remember to rewrite it 3 times. On example number 3, we have a division. We're going to be dividing. When we divide exponents, we basically are going to cancel it. I'm not going to expand the first one. You're not going to have to expand it every single time. But I'm going to expand the first one so that way I can show you guys the process. So on top I have 3 x's. 1, 2, 3. And I have 2 y's. 1, 2. On the bottom I have 1 x. And I have 5 y's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to subtract, I'm just going to cancel the x's. So 1 x cancels. Over here, 1 y cancels, and another 1 y cancels. Therefore, my answer, I have 2 x's on top, left. On the bottom, there are no x's, and I just have 3 y's. And this will be my final answer. So one way is to expand and cancel. Another way, we can just think about the process. How many x's do I have on top? 3. How many x's on the bottom? 1. How many cancels? 1 cancels. How many are left over? 2 on top. The y's. How many y's do I have on top? 2. How many y's do I have on the bottom? 5. How many cancel? 2 cancels. And I have 3 left over on the bottom. So let's go and continue with letter B. We don't have to expand all the x's. So on top, we're just going to leave it as 2xy to the 4th. On the bottom, I do need to expand, just as we saw before, since we have an exponent. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Each one is 3x to the 3rd y squared, 3x to the 3rd y squared, 3x to the 3rd y squared. I'm going to simplify the denominator. Before I start to cancel, I want to be able to simplify it. So I have 2xy to the 4th. I'm going to multiply the coefficients. 3 times 3 times 3 will be 9. Excuse me. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 will be 27. I'm going to count how many x's do I have on the bottom. 3, 6, 9 x's. How many y's? 2, 4, 6. Now I can simplify what I did over here. Can I reduce 2 and 27? No. So we just have 2 over 27. How many x's are on top? 1. How many x's on the bottom? 9. How many cancel? One of them is going to cancel. How many x's am I going to have left? 8 on the bottom. If you want, you can expand it, but from here we don't have to. How many y's do I have on top? 4. How many y's do I have on the bottom? 6. How many are going to cancel? There's going to be 4 that cancel. How many are going to be left over? 2 on the bottom. And that'll be my final answer. Nothing else I can simplify. Let's try letter C. If you notice, the top one has to be simplified. Because I have the exponent outside, I can expand it. So I have 2x squared y to the 5th and then z. I'm going to rewrite it twice. 2x squared y to the 5th and z. If you don't rewrite it twice, and you just simplify it, you will not get credit. Every time there's an exponent outside, you must expand it. Underneath, I just have 6x to the 3rd y z to the 7th. I'm going to go and simplify the top. 2 times 2 will be 4. How many x's do I have? 4. How many y's? 5 and 5 will be 10. How many z's? 1 and 1 will be 2. Denominator, I have 6x to the third, y, z to the 7. So what we've done so far, we just simplified the top. The bottom one, we just kept it the same. I'm going to reduce my fraction. Is there a number that divides 4 and 6? I can divide by 2. So divide by 2 gives me 2. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. Now I'm going to cancel my x's. I'm not subtracting. Don't think about subtracting because you will start making little mistakes. How many x's do I have on top? 4. How many x's on the bottom? 3. How many cancel? 3 of them cancel. And I'm going to have 1 left over on top. Y's. How many y's do I have on top? 10. How many y's on the bottom? 1. How many cancels? 1. How many are left over? 9. Correct. Z's. I have 2 z's on the bottom, on top. How many on the bottom? 7. How many cancel? 2. How many are left over? 5 on the bottom. If you want, you can expand all the way through, but from here we can just start to cancel them in our head. And this will be your final answer. Nothing else can be simplified. Now for letter D, there's 2 ways that you guys can do this. You can expand it twice, but because this is in parentheses, we are going to simplify what's inside the parentheses first, so we can actually cancel it first. Notice the difference. On this one, the exponent was only on the top. I needed to expand it twice. So before we expand it twice, I'm going to simplify what's inside. I'm going to have a fraction squared. There's only one number on top. The x's. I have 1 on top, 2 on the bottom. 1 of them cancel. How many are left over? 1. Y's. How many are on top? 2. How many on the bottom? 3. How many cancel? 1, 2. How many are going to be left over? 1 on the bottom. Now I'm going to rewrite it twice. Now that I've simplified, I'm going to rewrite it twice. So I have 5xy, 5xy. Remember, if the exponent is outside the parentheses, you must rewrite it. Now I'm going to simplify. 5 times 5 is 25. How many x's on the bottom? 1 and 1 more. Total of 2. How many y's? 2. And that's my final answer.